Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. And before I start talking about my little German Jagdnicker here, or German hunting knife, I need to take care of a little business. But right after I get that business taken care of, we'll get right into these knives. Well, first off, you might have seen these in an earlier video. Basically, Skip the Show dumped a bunch of these on me. He wants me to give away his drink coasters. As you see there, proud sponsor of Knife Chats with Tobias. So I guess that's why he's like, well, you know, I sponsor your show, you can sponsor me a little bit. And I guess he has a point there, but he really didn't go into great details on how to do this. One way I was thinking is I could try and sell these, and I might do that later. But in the meantime, what I think I want to do, because Skip does know that I am a person who collects drink coasters also, one of many things that I have. I got a lot of bar paraphernalia, but drink coasters are one of those really interesting things that I like to collect. So what I thought I might try and do is if you've got a local pub or a local brewery that has its own drink coasters, and a lot of them out there do, and you would like to send one of those to me, I'll send you a Skip the Show Volcano Club drink coaster in return. For instance, you know, the old classic Sloppy Joe's, a Key West tradition. Here's one from Bamberg, Germany, from back when I was in Bamberg, Germany in the Army, for their Schwenkeller Rauch beer. Hog's Breath Saloon, also in Key West. And then the Flying Monkey, always fresh, FMI Brewing Company in Kansas City. I've got other ones, but you can see that it is something that I do tend to collect. So if you're also a collector of drink coasters and would like a Skip the Show Volcano Club drink coaster, and you've got a drink coaster from a local brewery or a local pub where you live, I would love to trade with you. In any case, that's part one of business I got to take care of. Now, part two. If you got one of them 2x2 Knife Chats with Tobias stickers, congratulations. It is a collector's item now. I am no longer making any more of the 2x2 Knife Chats with Tobias stickers. I have embiggened it. It is now a 2.5 by 2.5 size sticker. So your 2x2 sticker, if you didn't stick it on something and waste it, is now a collector's item. Sure to go up in value. It's probably worth, 25% more now, simply because now it's 2.5 by 2.5. Again, these are stickers that I will be giving away with different giveaways and such like that, and also in sticker swaps. So future sticker swaps, if you're interested in swapping a sticker or something, you'll be getting the 2.5 by 2.5 sticker and a few of the kitty stickers until supply lasts. But the 2x2 stickers are now a thing for the collector's box. If you're interested in the drink coasters, leave a message down below and we can work something out. Or you can also just look for my email in my on my YouTube page. It's down there, tobias.gibson@gmail.com. Let's move on to what we're actually here for, and that is knives. And as I mentioned before, these are what are known as Jagdnickers, AB space Nicker. It's a type of knife used in the old days, and I guess they're still used today. It's a knife that German hunters would have, especially down in Bavaria. I went into great details on this when I did the video for this particular knife, which has the little wiener dog on it, or a badger dog on it, whatever way you want to call it. I went into great details about the history of these knives and what they're used for and everything else. But basically, they're a knife that is used to put a wounded animal out of its misery. So when you're hunting, if the animal isn't dead when you find it, you use this knife to basically pith the animal, shove the knife blade into the base of the skull or into the spinal cord to basically put the animal out of its misery. Well, I picked up a new one, and that is this one here. And notice something interesting right away. It has a corkscrew on it. Now, this is the first one I picked up. I went into great detail on this one too. It's a little creepy because it's a deer hoof, and this was made by GC Co., which is the Gutman company out of New York, but it was made in Solingen, Germany. Same with these. This is a knife that I believe was also used in by actual hunters and stuff, but it was really something that caught on in the tourist trade, and so we had that one. This one is by Linder. This one, like I said, I probably have more questions on this one than answers. And the first question I have is, if you can see that mark on the blade there, what looks like a PL or something like that, or I don't know exactly what it is. And that's one of the questions I have is, I don't know who this maker's mark actually belongs to. The other part obviously just says Rothfrei, which is German for stainless steel. Now I know that this knife was most likely made after World War II, probably in the 50s or 60s, so the knife is most likely about, well, between 60 and 70 years old probably. But it does have an interesting handle. It is full tang, that's obvious. You already saw that it has a corkscrew on the back here. Pull the corkscrew out, which at first glance looks like it would be kind of dangerous to use because you have the sharp blade on there. The knife did not come with the sheath, but it would have had a sheath similar to what this is, just a scabbard to cover the blade. So when you have it on, then the blade is fine to use, and actually, you put that corkscrew, you got plenty of torque you can put in there. So there's that part going on for it. But it also has two other blades on here on this side. The first one being a saw blade. Notice that, some pretty aggressive teeth on that saw. I have not used it yet, but I will use it to find out how well it works. Just a typical saw blade. You can grab it there. You can also grab it down here and saw with even more reach on there. And I guess that would be good for clearing away small branches or something that would be in your firing line or something like that. And the other thing on it is right over here, a very long leather punch, which could be used for all sorts of little things too. It is one of those that is quarter round. It's rounded on a fourth of it. Then you got a flat edge and a flat edge, and it drops right down there. And one of the things I noticed once you get all this opened up, if you can see there, the knife is full tang, but can you see it there? This is a tapered tang. It actually thins as it drops down into the back here. And I don't think that was done necessarily to get these blades to fit. They could have made those blades fit either way. But it is kind of nice that they actually thinned the tang down as it went to the end here. Shaved off maybe a gram of weight, nothing major. And you notice here that it has two slabs of stag on either side here, and this is genuine, probably elk antler out of Germany, which is very common with the Jagdnickers. They almost always use stag on them, or a deer foot. So it's kind of a pretty cool one. And they love to use this really gnarly snag. Notice how bumpy it is and everything there. They didn't try and sand it down or anything. But despite that, it feels really good in the hand. And it is a full tang one, so it's missing the ferrule that you have with the ones that have a rat tail tang that is running through there. But that's to provide strength, and so you can get up there and hold it nice and tight and stuff. But also, if you notice though, let's take off the sheath. notice the work there around the guard. They continued to do that too. So really just a nice little knife. The way they've got the guard with the little swedge running through there. Nice long Skinner blade. It's only 4 inches long. This is not a big knife. Like I said, it's used to put an animal out of its misery and just your basic uses and stuff. Blade on this thing, like I said, it isn't even 4 inches when you look at it. Right over 3 3/4 inches. That's how long the blade is. That is the cutting edge of the blade too. Right at maybe 3 7/8 of an inches. You got the guard there, and the overall length of this knife comes in, if you can see right there, right over 8 inches, right at 8 1/4 inches or so. Not even, 8 1/8 of an inch. So 100 millimeters of blade, 100 millimeters of handle, and a couple of tools on there. Now, like I said, I think this knife was probably made in the 50s or 60s, and the real question I have is I'm assuming that these were made for the American market, but I don't know for certain. These might have actually been made and used by folks in Germany too. I don't know why they wouldn't have been, but the quality is there. I mean, it's a solid, well-made knife. The person who had it obviously did attempt at sharpening it, and probably did sharpen it on more than one occasion. So it probably was used, and maybe it was used by somebody who was hunting too. But that's about all I know about it. These are one of those knives that I wish I had more knowledge on them. And that is one of the problems with when you go around trying to collect knives of other nations, and you're really, man, my German is not good enough to go around reading up on these in German, but if someone over there in Germany or someone more familiar with these knives could clue me in a little bit about if I'm right on when these knives are made, and if they were made for the tourist trade, or if these were actually knives that were popular with the German hunters after World War II, or if these were even being made before World War II and carried by German hunters. Like I said, just kind of a cool knife. It's not every day that you see something like a corkscrew, a very functional, well-made corkscrew too, a wood saw, and a very long leather punch on the back of a fixed blade. But all of those tools with the scabbard on become quite functional and quite useful. So I can see how they could have been useful for somebody out hunting. I know I could have used any of them at one time or another. But I wonder if indeed it's just a gimmick that was done for the tourist trade. Like I said, I don't really have the answer. It's a question I have, and it's one of those questions that kind of bother me. So with that said, stick around for some slides of these knives, and we'll talk to you again soon. let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with Tobias. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.